Thanks for tuning in to today's edition of History in Your Own Backyard. Today, we're talking with Mr. Patrick Karen about the Science Hall School Building. It was a one-room school building that's back there in the woods. We're gonna go and show you all about it. Come on.
Took a lot of looking and searching, but we finally found the remnants, or the remnants of Science Hall School. It's only this thing right here, this flagpole base. You can still see where the flagpole would be inserted in the middle of this, and this is the base with our historical marker that was put up 17, 18 years ago. A lot of growth in the woods since then, and it took us a while, but we finally found it.
So, we finally made it back here where this one-room schoolhouse used to be. Patrick, what can you tell us about it?
Well, first off, it would have been very clear back here as opposed to now. It would have been almost a lot flatter too. Apparently, like some earth was moved down below with construction of the park and the parking lot. But you would have had a one-room schoolhouse. It was the fourth version of this school. It had started way up near the Whallon House in Greenhills, which is the old early 1800s house, close to the corner of Winton and Road. And James Whallon built the first schoolhouse near that corner of that road, about 1817, 1818, around in there, pretty early on. And there was a second version that was built later on, and then eventually a third that I think was maybe on the other side of the road, but up in that general vicinity. Then the last version, which came in about the 1870s or so, was down here. Okay. And it's called Science Hall from the start. James Whallon named it that. It wasn't unusual to have schools with names like that at the time. And he was a prosperous landowner, and he built that house. He fired the bricks on his own property. And so you had a one-room schoolhouse down here, just like in the American tradition. You had like grades 1 to 8. The last ended in 1938 with the building of Greenhills. And then kids could start going to the K-12 building and the community building. And it was the Greenhills, became the Greenhills Rural School District. It had been called like the Science Hall School District, and it was like the Newell School District up farther in Forest Park. What's now Forest Park. But it was the flagpole base, which we were trying to locate. And you had the nice sturdy one-room schoolhouse. You would have the desk lined up in the rows with Mr. Ricky. He was the last teacher, Ted Ricky. In fact, I know his daughter. I just know her. She's the mother of some friends of mine. And so he was a beloved figure here. Last one-room school teacher. Things were very informal one day. I remember her telling a story one time about him letting a couple kids borrow his Model T to go get some stuff in his house. So things were a lot more flexible. But to get have even an 8th grade education at the time could be a pretty good thing for a young person. And then maybe you went on to learn a trade. But some students eventually would, after completing Science Hall and getting their certificate, graduating 8th grade, they might have gone to Mount Healthy High School. So, but you would have the thing where, like, some people have said they felt like they learned a lot earlier because maybe they were in 4th grade and they heard all the older kids recite their stuff. So when they got to 8th grade, maybe they were a little bit ready for more education. And you would have had like I think there was like a well and a cistern and a couple of outhouses. And then the building stood for a number of years after it was closed. And then eventually was removed and torn down.
And so where we are now is actually right in the middle of Winton Woods, kind of in the brush and in the trees and in the forest part of Winton Woods. And this schoolhouse, excuse me, it probably was, like you said, pushed back from some earth that's grown since then, right?
Yeah, this area would have been a lot flatter. And Winton Road used to go up through here, and just with erosion and changing contours and things. But it's interesting to see like photographs that you can just tell how things were more graded, and there wasn't so much forest, it was more cleared. So there's probably like a lot of second growth kind of stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, is there anything else that you want to share with us about the school?
I just think the one-room schoolhouse is a real interesting tradition. Some Sometimes they had what they call blab schools. The kids would just recite stuff. Abraham Lincoln went to those. They weren't the most enriching kind of thing. But they could be really good or really bad. So you had really gifted teachers who were working under these more basic conditions, but still had great success. Some were places that were pretty rough with a lot of corporal punishment and things like that. It was a different world, but it is a big part of our history.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Patrick, for teaching us about that. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Thanks so much again for tuning in to today's edition of History in Your Own Backyard. Today we spent time talking with Mr. Patrick Karen, and he taught us all about the one-room school building that used to stand right here. We hope you enjoyed learning all about it. Remember, travel slowly and stop often. See you next time.
And we've earned a merit badge today. Hiking merit badge.
I need something to put around this scarf.
There you
go. I did all of this. Thanks so much. Or no, wait. Okay. Hi, I'm Danielle. It's raining out in the woods.
Go.
It's cold.